Hello, hello. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How you doing?
I am wonderful. Thank you for joining me on this interview call. I am Yolanda Mitchell. I am the CEO and founder of New Being Queen magazine. And I would like to tell you thank you for joining me on this interview. Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much
You're
for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. This is a pleasure and an honor, and I am humbled to have you on this interview. I would like to tell the audience who you are. So I'm gonna give them like a brief description of who I'm talking to today. I am talking to the wonderful singer Melanie Durrant from Toronto, Ontario, fresh off of the hit single Bait and Switch. She is the award-winning Canadian R&B singer who just released the brand new video for her single One in a Million. One in a Million can be found on Durant's recently released album, Where I'm At. The one album peaked at number 9 on the Canadian iTunes R&B chart, earning the number 1 spot on Rising Radio in Toronto. Congratulations! Congratulations on that number 1. Come
Thank you so
on,
much.
that's gotta be big. I know you are excited about that. I know you're excited.
Well, I am excited, but honestly, I didn't know you just told me. So, I mean, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Yes, ma'am. You are doing big things out there. You are doing big things. I mean, it's an honor to have you on this platform and on the front cover of New Being Queen magazine. I am
I'm on the
so
front
glad.
cover.
Yes, ma'am. You're going to be on the front cover of the magazine. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm finding out a bunch of great stuff today.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. This is big. This is big for myself and as well as you. I was like, oh my goodness, I am honored to have such a beautiful person on the front cover of the magazine. I told you, when I looked at when I looked at the email when I received it and I listened to your music, it just really resonated with me. And I could totally relate to the song. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a blessing to a lot of women. I'm praying that these women that have been in these relationships listen to this song, like really, really listen to it, not just the beat of it, but to hear the words that have been spoken from this song, from your songs. Bait and Switch. I'm talking about the whole album, the whole thing in its entirety is beautiful. And I was telling my husband about the song. Matter of fact, he was listening to the song, and he says one of those songs that you can hear on that you can hear on TV. And I was like, baby, so what do you like about the music? And he says like a James Bond type song that you can cut on a James Bond video in the intro, or when they do like an action part of it or something like that, maybe a sexy scene or something, you can actually hear that song. He said, I can hear that. I said, wow, that's big. That is huge.
I love that.
And so
I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. So yes, ma'am. You can go ahead. What were you about to say?
I want to actually place my music into commercials and movies and stuff. I've had my stuff placed into commercials before, but movies is a step up, and I've been told that I write catchy stuff, and it's not on purpose really. It's just like how I feel, so I would love to get more into that. So I love that he said that. That means I'm on the right path.
Yes, ma'am. I absolutely that song, those songs I played throughout my house. I've been playing for the last week or so, and I'm just in awe about your music, and I am your ideal client. I love the music. I can clean up with that music. I can see myself on a girls trip listening to this music. I can see myself, on a romantic date with my husband at home. Mm-hmm. I can see myself, hosting a party. I can see myself going into a nice, restaurant or a nice place to sit down and eat and drink and just be there, spending that time with my husband. I can see myself. Okay, I can see myself listening to the song all the time in any place. I don't think there's a limit to where your songs cannot play. I think that they are you can play it anywhere. I mean, I don't think there's a place where they say, oh, we can't have that. But that's me. I mean, I said, I'm your ideal client. I am a fan. I'm a big fan.
I love that you said you could do that while you're cleaning, because a lot of my stuff I write while I'm cleaning. You know, as a mom, you're double tasking. It's like clean the house, make the food, as I get the business stuff going in the background, you know, and then you can focus on it, kind of speaking to your subliminal consciousness, right? So
right.
You're still working, but I find I work best when I'm distracted, like I'm doing something else, and then my mind is doing other stuff. That might sound a little crazy, but
no,
how I work.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You just what you did. You confirmed the things that I do. So that's what I did when I cut your music on. And one thing about it, I loved how it created a certain vibe in my house. It created, not that I can go to sleep, but maybe I could calm, soothing thing. I can still move around, walk around. I can clean, and you know, with this, it's not anything. I'm like, oh, I have to be careful because I have a 2-year-old. I mean, you have really nice, good, clean, healthy music, but also it resonated with me as far as in relationships, you know, and that one, you know, talking about a narcissist. So I would like for you to go into details about that song right there, and the purpose of you actually writing that song, because this is going to bless some people. So I hope y'all are paying attention. Y'all got to listen to this story.
Well, basically with 1 in a Million, it's coming from a damaged place, you know. When you speak about narcissistic abuse and narcissistic personality disorder, they don't appreciate anything you do. But it starts off where everything you do is amazing. You know, it's actually called love bombing, where they just focus on you, and a narcissist will listen to you to try to figure out how to approach you, your likes, your most personal secrets, you know, how to get closer to you in your mind and in your heart. And then there's the discard, or devalues first, where they start talking too bad, and you can't do anything right. You can't, you know, you could do a million favors and a million things for this person, and they'll turn around and say, well, what about the next thing? You didn't do this one thing. It's like, wow. Are you crazy? And then,
are you crazy?
Then there's the discard, where you're not important anymore, and they move on to their next victim, right? And you're left like, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Meanwhile, you didn't do anything. This person has problem. This person has a problem. And you know what? Narcissistic personality disorder is the only personality disorder that sends the other person to therapy and not the narcissist. Because a narcissist will not go to therapy. They'll find a reason to prove the therapist wrong and try to discredit them, and more than likely have a temper tantrum and leave. And you still get no answers. So basically, you're never going to get any answers. It's not your problem. And the easiest way to escape a narcissist is to go no contact. No contact. And it could be your mother, your father, your uncle, your brother, your child, your best friend. It's all different kind of people. And it's manipulation is how they get what they want from you. They try to make it feel like it's your idea or whatever. But no, it's their idea, and they plant little seeds, and they, you know, they basically get their way eventually. If you let them. If you're awake.
Right.
Because they target people pleasers. They target people pleasers. So if you're a people pleaser, look out. There's more than likely there's a narcissist in your life. And the thing is, sometimes, like I said, it's your mother, father, whoever, so that you're already a people pleaser. So now you see this energy that you recognize in whatever person this is, and you feel drawn to them. And that is the trap. That's the trap, because this energy feels familiar, but it's toxic. So it's a very dangerous cycle. For your independence and your happiness.
My goodness. So this song, it's more than just what I pick up from. It's more than just a song. It's words to minister to people and warn them. It's to let them know what you have gotten yourself into. You know, I've heard a lot of music, and they you know, sing about other things, but not a song like this one. This song was different for me because I could feel the pain. I can see even in your video, the video matches the actual song, and it was just like, oh my goodness, this woman have been through a lot, and like I understand. Like, you lied to me. Oh my goodness. I can go on and on. It really ministered to me, to my soul. And I know for other women out there, it's going to minister to them if they listen to the words of the song and they understand what a narcissist is. And I'm so grateful that you're able to go into details today about this song and what it means and how it affected you and how it impacted you. And like you said, if they don't want to go to a therapist, they don't want to go to a psychiatrist or psychologist to get some help, because they're going to make it seem as if it's your fault, and they haven't done anything wrong. And they're going to make, like, if they do go, like, their therapists don't know what they're talking about. They won't admit when they're wrong. So it's like you won't even get any closure because they won't apologize, won't admit that they've done anything wrong. They use this manipulation game that you find yourself trying to figure out, what did I do wrong?
Exactly.
What if I do something wrong? Why?
That's right. Because we tend to look to ourselves first for accountability. It's like, what did I do? I mean, if you're not a narcissist, because if you're a narcissist, everything's your fault. The other person.
Right. Wow, that is just awesome. I'm so glad that you actually, sung that song. I want to ask you a question. What is your nickname? What is one of the names that you go by?
Mellow is my nickname.
Mellow.
Yes,
Mellow. When I listen to your songs, they are mellow. They're like that kind of song that you can just be in your house and just doing whatever, or in your car, you can put your music on in your car, and it's just it's the perfect song. It's the perfect music. When I tell you I'm a big fan, and I tell you that I am your fan, I am your ideal client, I'm gonna probably keep telling you that because I love your music. I absolutely love your music. It's good, it's clean, it's good for the house, and and it was just something I can take with my girlfriends. We can ride out. I can just ride up the road and then to hear something that's really ministering, like, you're not just singing a song, just speaking words to a song, and it sounds good. I mean, it really reaches to the soul and to the core of a person. So I'm your fan. I'm your fan.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. I worked very hard on this album, and there was more songs originally, and I had to cut them because it was like I turned into the mean girls. Like, you can't sit with us. They just weren't up to par with the vibe of these other ones. And these 9 songs, even though it's 9 songs and it was gonna be 12. So
right.
Yeah, it just felt right. And I always wanted an album that you could listen to from top to bottom and not skip anything, no fillers, just take you on an emotional journey. And I feel so proud because I feel like I've accomplished that with this album.
You did. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. You did. You did a wonderful job. And you have 3 albums. There you go.
Yes.
Yes. And there you go. Right there. 3 albums. I'm talking about that. What an accomplishment. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna have to give me one. What an
accomplishment. Collector's item. Thank you so much. It's a limited edition. It's all fancy. I think this is the most hands-on I've ever been with any album.
Really?
Yes, because of the pandemic and all that stuff. I mean, and the restrictions on how many people can be anywhere. So I had to be 3, 4, 5 people by myself.
Right.
So I enjoyed it. The imagery, the writing treatments, and try to describe what the song is about and what I'm going for, what the message is, and how to display this message and get across to people. So I love all the things that you said, because it's just telling me and confirming to me that I did a good job. And I really appreciate that. It touches my heart and soul, because it's my art. And as an artist, like Erica Badu said, I'm sensitive about my stuff. So thank you so much for that.
Yes, ma'am. Not a problem. I'm going to have you on the front cover of my magazine, because I want the world to know about this music that God has given you. I'm I just have to say, because it's more than just words to a song, it's ministry for me. And just to be able to understand that it's more than just mere words. That's why I'm glad I got you on this interview, so that you can go into details about the song and what it means. So more people will want to listen to it, because they need to listen to the words that's been spoken. So before I let you go, I have another question. If you were to collaborate with anyone, who would you like to collaborate with?
Dead or alive, or
dead or alive?
Okay, well, I got a few. Like Michael Jackson. I'm a huge fan of Michael Jackson because of the detail that he puts into his music. Like, he was really into like building percussion through like beatboxing and stuff like that, and the little nuances with the vocals filling and just the way it came across and the way it made you feel. So Michael Jackson, 100%. And then there's Prince, who's a musical genius also.
Come on.
And yes, like just the way their music makes you feel. I feel like good music makes you feel something, happy, sad, something. And there's only two genres of music, in my opinion. There's the good and there's the bad, and that's it.
Right.
So yeah. So currently living, I would choose Bruno Mars, because I feel like we have a similar background, because well, my mom and I, we do a show with Tina Turner, Donna Summer, Diana Ross, and the Supremes, just to start off. We do casinos, corporate parties. We've traveled to Japan and Australia, and we do a lot of work in Detroit, Motor City. So I found out that Bruno Mars used to be an Elvis impersonator when he was a little boy, like a child Elvis impersonator. So I felt like I could relate to him. And I love the way he moves from instrument to instrument. It just shows how talented he is. Like, and then his stage presence, the way he gives the face, and it's just in the moment. I'm getting chills just talking about it. But it's just, he's so great. It's not contrived. It's not forced on us. It's like very catchy, and just it sticks with you. So Bruno Mars. Yes, Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Oh my goodness. That is just awesome. I mean, those singers that you just named, they are history makers. So that lets you know where you're headed. You're going to make history. I'm glad I got the opportunity to have you before you just be unavailable. Before you just, be everywhere, before you be like everywhere and be really busy, because that time is going to come. You have such a beautiful spirit, a beautiful soul. I am so humble and honored to have you here on this interview. I mean, I'm just so ever grateful. I can't say enough of how much I appreciate you giving out your time doing this, and I'm just forever grateful. Is there anything that you would like to say to any people before I let you go? Is there anything you would like to say?
Oh, yeah. You can find me at melaniedurrant.com. My album is called Where I'm At, and it's available on all major streaming platforms. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Spotify. And there's music videos available on YouTube.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, and thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. You take care of yourself, and God bless you.
God bless you too.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe, and press the bell button.